What's up, everyone? We got a fun day ahead of us. We're going to be doing another little rundown of some basic routines because it's end of the week. We're going to go and take care of some end of the week routines that I personally like to do myself. So if you guys are still struggling on trying to figure out where to start with your life skilling, hopefully this will go ahead and get you in some type of direction. So because I have farms, which I recommend if you guys have any type of contribution, if you guys have done any of the quests to actually unlock any of your fences, to go ahead, plant down or put down your fences, and to go ahead and plant any of the crops that you're going to need for cooking later on. Personally, I'm going for pepper, hot pepper, and I'm going to go ahead and probably get garlic being made instead of the hot pepper. I'm gonna see. Remove this one and probably do this special, but normally, what's up, Mistaken? How you doing? Normally, it's a lot easier if you guys get an alt set up over at your farm so that you guys aren't wasting the time having to run to and from places. So for me, I have an alt set up here. Unfortunately, I did not get my tune that geared. I'm missing just the earring and yeah, the earring, but we can tap that at some other time. So let's go ahead, start getting all of these done. What I'm gonna do is hopefully I'm gonna try to go for the seeds needed to go ahead and replant these, keep up my seed collection going. If I get a magical, I'll go ahead, plant those down, and I'll use those to go ahead to, collect. There we go, like that one. I wish it would, tell you on the tooltip which one you should gather and which one you should be breeding. I think that would help out a lot of players. For me, I'm still confused on if I should be gathering magical and breeding mysterious, or if I should be breeding mysterious and gathering magical. It confuses me. So for now, until anyone corrects me, I'm going to be gathering the magical and breeding the mysterious. Get all these bred. Our goal is to at least get 1, 2, probably 4. The yield is so much higher. Oh, and hold on. We're also getting a new update to farming next week. They're giving us the Seed of Abundance, which will go ahead and increase the time it takes for us to plant, the plant to grow, but it will increase the amount of our yield by 2 times the amount. So look forward to that. I don't know how that's gonna work and all. Okay, I think gathering magical gives you fruit of nature, but what about breeding the mysterious? What does that do? See, that's what I'm I wish the tooltip was a lot more simpler to go ahead and understand, because for me, I'm confused. I can't even teach you guys the right method to do this, because I don't even fucking know the right method to do this, because I'm, a fucking noob with it. So for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place down magical. Oh, there's a limit. Okay, so there's a 10 limit on there. So if that is the case, yeah, I actually didn't think you could breed okay, so I'm breeding magical and gather mysterious. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take out our mysterious seeds here. Thank you for clearing. I know everyone has to clear this up to me every single time I start delving into farming. Okay, so basically our goal every morning is to go ahead, tend to our crops. We're gonna plant down our magical to go ahead and breed up for more traces of the fruit of nature, more byproducts and things, and then all the extras we're gonna go and get one of the mysterious made up for the other plants. So for this, we're gonna go ahead and breed these. What's up, Jinxie? How you doing? We're just out here, we're doing our normal little morning farming. Because I did not have any of the special quality pepper, I am having to breed it all up, which I don't really mind. It'll give me the experience and it'll give me a chance to go ahead and collect more of the seeds. I'm trying to go for more of the stupid little mole petals. Even though the mole doesn't do anything, but it's just a reskinned fucking life-skilling pet, I'm still gonna go ahead and try to get that pet. I want the skin, you know? It might be the same as everything, but fuck it. Monk's Branch is always bottlenecked. Shit, really? That's the one that's always bottlenecked? I always run into the actual Fruit of Nature being my bottleneck. Yeah, I have workers that go out and gather it. If you guys are struggling, you know, having to rely on the farms for your Monk's Branch, there are several nodes that you can go ahead and do, like Forest of Seclusion, Monk's Branch. You have one there. My personal favorite area to stick to is over here. You know, let's see. That's one Monk's Branch. Let's see, Sap. We have Bloody Tree Knot, Spirit Leaf. Not that one. I think it's this one right here. No. But yeah, just look around and there should be, yeah, just, you have to just check the nodes and see like which ones have the Monk's Branch. It's been a while since I've actually sat there and did a rundown on where to get all of the alchemy materials, but if you guys are running into that bottleneck, like, yeah, definitely set up a worker and have them doing this in the background. Or having them gather the Monk's Branch in the background, so just in case you don't get lucky that day and get the branch, you know, at least you have your workers getting, you know, 300, 400 a day. Come on. I don't have the farming costume. I suggest getting the farming costume on whatever alt or your main. Specifically, like, if you guys are doing alts, just get it for your alt. It'll speed up how quickly you can farm. I mean, look at that. That's fucking annoying. But reducing it by a second or two is a huge difference. Huge difference for my shy. Yeah, that costume over there. More hot pepper. So we're gonna make one of the mysterious, then we're gonna make, I think, oops, fuck, I hit the wrong button. I'm over here trying to think about what I'm gonna be doing for my process here. Because I'm not just gathering Delosha anymore. Okay, so I think I'm going to plant one mysterious, one magical of the hot pepper so I can at least get that. So, what is it? Shake it. Yep, shake this and that. Then I'll go ahead and give us the one magical, one mysterious here. Come on, I know you can do it. Don't be lazy. Come on, once we get done our farming, we can go ahead and move on to the next task that we have. There goes the mysterious. We'll plant down the mysterious here. That'll give us our Fruit of Nature. This will be our, or this will give us our Fruit of Nature. This will give us our special quality hot pepper. This is what I'm going to be using to go ahead and probably breed up some garlic. And then, oh, well, I guess it depends on which one, like how many grid spaces the garlic will take. If it takes too much, I'm probably not going to. What's up, Digital? Sunday fun day. We're going ahead and taking care of all of our little routines that we normally do in the morning. I'm starting out with farming. Once we get all of our farms figured out, we're going to go ahead and move on to cooking up any of the feeds that we're going to need for our workers to go and keep them maintained throughout the week. Okay, so yeah, we can go ahead and use the garlic. Do I have garlic? A normal garlic. Okay, that'll do. Because I want to go ahead and start breeding up the quality, getting my seed collection up. 6 wonderful motherfucking ads. I am so sorry for your loss. It gets better one day. And then our pepper, we can plant all of our pepper back. Okay, so what I'm gonna personally do is put all of my special hot in, so all I'm doing is planting there. That'll make everything so much easier. Go. And fun fact, guys, if you guys hit the number button of whatever seed it is, if you can see here, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, if you click those, you do not have to actually click on the seed to go ahead and plant it. Whoops. There. Boom. There, we got all those planted, and we're gonna go ahead and start getting all of our fertilizer. Once we get that fertilizered and watered, we can now move on to cooking. And what I like to do before I get started with cooking is to figure out what type of recipe that I'm gonna be doing. So far, because I need the I need a grilled bird meat. I'm gonna go just cook that, and then we're gonna go move on to the next recipe that we're gonna need, which is gonna be the Imperial for our alchemy. So what we'll do is switch over to our cooking now that we have our farming done. That'll go ahead and take care of that, and if you guys had any blue grade plants or anything, it would be a perfect time to go ahead, get them converted over to any cooking materials if you guys wanted to, with Logia farm being just right over there. Next, we'll go ahead and take a look at the recipes, because, you know, I find that one of the best ways to get any routine started is to figure out, like, are you going to do bartering? Are you going to be doing cooking? Are you going to be doing alchemy? Or are you going to be doing, like, say, like the T10 horse taps, or anything like that, where you have to go out, gather, you have to get the materials, process them down, do X, Y, and Z to go ahead and get it all done, so that you are not just sitting around just trying to, you know, stick your finger up your ass. Now, at least you have some type of goal, and it will lead you into other things. Like, you'll sit there, you'll be out there gathering for the meat for your cooking, and the next thing you know, boom, you'll get the materials to go ahead and do your tapping. You're like, fuck, I want to go ahead and do the tapping, and then you'll realize, oh, I need the materials to repair. What's the best way to go ahead and get the materials? Either mob grinding or fishing. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna go fish. Then you're gonna realize, oh, I don't have the gear and things I need for fishing. So you're gonna go out and you're gonna want to do the costume mill or the tool workshop. But you see what I mean? Like, it leads you out to go do other things. And when you're just getting started, setting out a goal like that is a great way to figure out what you're gonna be doing. Okay, so now that we're here in Olivia, we're gonna go and start cooking. I already have everything I need for my cooking recipes, but, you know, before you start cooking, just make sure to go ahead and check all of your ingredients. Make sure you have everything that you're going to be needing for any type of cooking, whether it's going to be spread out in any of your different little warehouses or whatever it is. Just make sure before you start cooking, you have everything that you'll possibly fucking need, or you'll have to stop and go out there and gather. Question: I'm stuck on for doing 5 different side quests and completely lost the main plot line. How the fuck do I get back to the main story? Open up your quest log, hit your main. The first one on the list is going to be the earliest quest that you can go ahead and do, or the one that you're currently on. That's how to go ahead and figure out, like, your main quest. And then when you have your main quest, it'll be in a little box up here, and then all of your little side quests like this will be underneath. Let's see, Valencia is over here. And Altanova is over here. Those are the event areas. Okay, but yeah, check your recipes, your ingredient list, and all. Make sure you have everything before you get sidetracked and turned around. We'll go ahead and get that started, and we should be good on everything. I'm doing mastery cooking. If you guys are a little worried on why I'm cooking so fucking slow, and I'm not even buffed. So let's go and get buffed up before we start doing anything. I forgot. I'm used to just jumping into shit and just going. Ooh, silly me, silly me. You can do either mastery cooking for a chance at the mass cook processing or proc, sorry. Or the fast and you're just boom, 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 boom. But you cut down the chances of getting all like a massive amount of dishes made and the bonus dishes. All right, so we need our alchemy stone, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the sharp for cooking. Let's see, yes, 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 and yes. And is there anything else that I would love to pop for cooking? I doubt. No. We're gonna go ahead and. Oh no, there is. The Vadir draft will go ahead and help me out here, and the perfumes. Does Shy have damage buff or something? Does a lot more damage? Try. If you go into your awakening, I think it's back in F. Let's see, all AP. There you go. Do it better. Yeah, so forward and E if you're on the PC. I don't know about controller. Yeah, that'd be the skill there to go ahead and pop. Boom. Now my cooking isn't too bad, and I didn't even need the Vadir draft or the other one. That just works out. But just in case. Why not, right? And then because I know everyone does not like the sound of fucking cooking all the time, we'll go ahead and turn down the cooking sounds. You're most close to complete the Light of the Morning Light quest. You never upgraded the weapon? Bro, I don't even bother with the shit. You know me, I'm not really into the whole combat. Oh, so, update on the video that I was making. So, I kind of got trailed off because I know how a lot of people keep asking me about min-maxing and why don't I do this, or spreadsheets and blah, blah, blah. And it made me think of a whole new video idea. Just the the real cost of what it takes to min-max your life skilling. Just life skilling. I'm not talking about combat. I'm not talking about PvE. Just life skilling alone. Do you guys want a rough estimate without any like deals or sales or anything that'll fluctuate the prices like currently right now as we're speaking? Because like I said, I did a rough I did the number so that, you know, you guys won't have to. But without all of the stable slots, it will take you $7,000 or 7k pearls. Around 7k pearls, like I think like we'll just say like 7,020. For all of the stable slots included, you're looking at 1,000,000 pearls or $10,000. I guess 700k pearls for just normal basic like min-maxing without the stables. With the stables is a milli or 10k USD over here on NA with the current deals and sales that are ongoing right now. And keep in mind, that's without any like special packages for, you know, how like new classes come out. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow, you're fucking amazing. But you know how like new classes will come out and they'll offer like a little package and shit like that. Like without any of that, that's how much it'll cost to actually go ahead and min-max your game. So if 7K is just normal min-maxing, okay, I put in 5. Like I have a nice understanding of why I don't want to do it anymore. Like I originally wanted to like, hey, what's up, Moon? How you doing? It's been a while. Welcome back again. But yeah, that's why I don't wanna do shit like that, because like it costs way too much money. And I don't want to make guides or anything to go ahead and try to encourage you guys to go ahead and min-max or anything like that, because like, God. yeah, this is this is my job. So technically while you're working, I'm kind of working too. Yeah, I got sidetracked and everything and ended up focusing more on the cost of min-maxing. So my whole original video idea got sidelined. And that's why I'm continuing to do the routines and everything live, so that, you know, people that are waiting for the guide can go ahead and at least watch the routines, the lives and shit. And they can see the routines and be like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and adjust it here, or I'm going to go ahead and do this one, blah, blah, blah. Answer that. See, byproducts, cool, we got byproducts now. Depending on if you have an alt for milking or you need the milk or beer, you can go ahead and exchange the byproducts for that. I like to go ahead and exchange it for the contribution points, just because like I'm so fucking close and you can get a lot of the byproducts easily. Comma, show you guys real fast. So yeah, even after doing an hour, not even an hour, just like a 5-10 minutes of little cooking a day just to go ahead and get your food and everything, that's for me 120 delicacy doing my little mastery cooking. Go ahead and do that. And then what gather item to boost gather experience? What do you mean, like gear wise? Are you talking clothes wise? What are we talking? And we can throw all of our food in here. That will at least last us probably 2 or 3 days. Last me 2 or 3 days, because if you guys have a huge worker empire like me, it can take a lot of your food. Like a lot of your food. Speaking of which, now that I have my first little recipe done, I like to go and check my transport, or when you're cooking, you can go ahead and check your little transport wagons if you guys have any workshops making up any of your little crates here. Which, let's head over to Valencia, check out the situation, and find out what they're lacking, which is going to be the blackstone powder, which I can get them later. I'll get that while cooking another dish, so I can go ahead and, you know, spend the time doing that. But I'll go ahead and get another little town sending out their crates, so I can have them set up for, you know, a whole another batch, which I like to sit there and figure out which ones like have at least a decent amount to go ahead and, you know, send half and half. Go ahead, send that off, and that'll take all day, which is fine. Remember, guys, we are getting an update to the transport wagons eventually, so that we can send out more than just the one, which is going to be a huge godsend. So I got Glish being sent out to Buckpo. If you guys are sending anything out from Valencia, all you need to do is send it out to, I think, Nampo for the max distance for value. If you guys are doing for experience, do Buckpo. And for anywhere else other than Valencia, just send them all to Buckpo for the increased distance, okay? If you're not at Valencia, send everything to here. If you're at Valencia, money, I want to say Nampo is the cutoff, or it might be Seoul, but, you know, Buckpo for experience, and, you know, any of these for the other ones, okay? For value. All right, so now, because I need my Imperials done, yeah, I need Imperial, and at least 100 Imperials. We're going to go take a look at our food, which I'm going to make the Biot County gut baps. I'm going to see if we have any made up currently. No, we have none currently made up, so we have to make some up. Looking at the recipe, if you guys know, obviously it's going to use the rice, which either you can go out there manually gather the rice if you guys don't have the workers for doing it. The radish, the cabbage, same way. If you guys don't have the workers, you can go out there and actively gather it too. You know, you can get the materials to go ahead and do all of your tapping while getting the ingredients you need for your cooking. And then for the pork, you can either manually gather it, like in places like the Northern Wheat Plantation for just regular gathering, or you can go do the sniper hunting out there in Land of the Morning Light. I suggest if you guys have a higher hunting, go out to Land of the Morning Light, do your little sniper hunting. But if you guys don't have the higher hunting because you guys are just starting out, head over to the Northern Wheat Plantation. If you look at the plantation, right over here, there's going to be a field full of boar. All you got to do is just murder the boar in a circle. That's a loud cow. Loud car. But you can basically just go through the field and just collect the pork like that. Originally, when I was cooking here in the Northern Wheat Plantation, I would just come out, gather all my pork, gather all my my tomatoes, my what is it? There's tulips, roses, you have tomatoes. I'm pretty sure there are paprika around too. But it just made it a lot easier if you guys set up a cooking capital. You can even set it up. My personal favorite one is just right here. Basic, straight to the point, 2 contribution, and you are good to go. You can have yourself a nice little cooking house, not too far from Calpheon, but still close to a good amount of cooking resources there. All right, so let's take a look at our ingredients, shall we? See if we have everything we need. Elton, do we have rice? Yep, we have the cooked rice, so we don't have to worry about that. Like I said, if you guys are doing this every day, you're going out and you're doing your gathering, you should have a nice amount of materials on you already. Like with me, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put it up a little bit higher, as I need a good amount of these dishes. Let's go over to Land of the Morning Light, go to Village, pull out. We'll stick with 2K, and then we'll adjust it as we go. Nope, here we go with the botters. Right. Mineral water. We could do 10K. All right, let's see how much that'll make me. 222, and that'll be 400. So we'll adjust the recipe just a little bit more. I'm trying to make a decent amount, so we're not just like standing around for absolutely fucking nothing. So we'll go ahead. We'll do 2K more, and we'll throw the vegetables and everything in here more. Or just in case. No, it is over here in Mount of Eternal Winter region, blue grade rice. I don't want to have to stop. Boom, there. Now we do nothing because I am fucking... Okay, I'm not dumb. I just didn't plan that out correctly. Just in case. Yeah, just in case. Whoops, wrong thing. I was not supposed to pop that. It'll work. The cons will go ahead and do the same effect because I have enough of my buffs active. Just doing the little minor cons heart to speed up my cooking will be suffice. Yeah, like the 1.3 seconds is enough. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. See, we're gonna go ahead and get through all of our rice. Then once we're done all of the rice, we can, if we don't have enough of the Biot Kenny gut baps, I like to try to at least do enough for like 2 or 3 days so I can go ahead, give myself enough time to gather up more materials and then cook up a lot more of the Biot. What's up, Pelly? How you doing? Welcome back. So, you know, it's enough for 2 or 3 days. Go ahead, get you started. Nothing too extreme. Don't want to be sweaty with it. Yeah. But like I was saying, whenever I go ahead, I sit down. Had a fishing question. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Ask away, David. I am here to answer any questions you guys may have. I'm here to help anyone out, you know, new players, those who are just, you know, trying to figure out what to do with their life skilling. How much do people make an hour sniper hunting with the new mastery cap? I've seen at least 2 to 3 bill, 3K cap if you can get lucky. If not, I usually make around like 700 to 1.2 bill with my 2.1 mastery. Around 17 to 800 mastery, and your AFK money is all over the place, as high as 1.2 and less than 370 hovers around. Is it because your mastery is low? No. Well, I mean, I guess kind of. Okay, so one, you have to take into account the fishing resources will slow down your fishing speed. You have to go through all of these other fishing tables, like the probability to go ahead and roll on that prize table. If you're confused on what I mean by that, let me show you a little quick demonstration on your fishing, okay? Let me go ahead, load up Videolytics real fast because they have a cool little map here that I'm gonna demonstrate this for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and get this changed over. Properties. All right, so if you're looking at any of the fish tables, let's just say Ultra C here. Okay, so if you're looking, you see how you have a 55% chance of fishing any of the big drop fish. What's up, Toast? You have a 7% chance of getting your treasure drops. You have a 38% chance of just normal any little general fish. You have, I guess this would be the worst one, but either way, you see how there's different probabilities. If you're trying to go for your prize fish, like say over here at Velia, you have to go through 6.25%, 21.27 or 75, 10%, and then the normal 62%. You have to roll through all of that, and whatever your mastery is whatever your chance of rolling on your prize drop. Okay? So if you have a full 3K mastery, you have a 6.25% chance to roll on any of these. Now, depending on the spot that you're in, those prize drops, Videolytics has it a little fucked up, but normally your relics are in this table here, and in that table, this will normally be like 89 to like 92%. So you have to manage to get lucky enough to roll past every single item here just to be able to roll on whatever these are, whatever, I don't know what percentage those are. Okay? Like, yeah, 30, 10, that sounds great. But if you only have, like, say, you're below 2K, so that probably puts you at, like, what? A 3 to 4%, a 3 to 4% prize catch chance. That's your percentage of even having a chance to roll on that table. That's why your money is all fluctuated. The slower you're fishing, the slower your chances of rolling on each of those tables, depending on your build. It'll go ahead and lower down the chances of rolling on this table or rolling on that table. So try to take that in mind when you're out there fishing in an area, okay? Like, yeah, it's straightforward, but it's not really straightforward. Like, there's a little nuance with it. What am I missing? What am I missing? My rice. That's what I told you, just in case. All right, so one, no, two, and two. I mean, technically, we are doing a round roulette. Come on, let's be real, fam. I'm doing a routine. We just did our farming for the day. I'm getting our Imperials done. Well, at least my Imperial cooking done. Then we're gonna go and take a look at our alchemy, see what little recipes that we need, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Because I'm already here, I don't have to switch off to an alt to do my alchemy, so we'll go ahead and take care of all of that in one fell swoop. And then we'll go ahead and figure out the next part of our little routine. But I'm just trying to get everyone, you know, the new players getting a little idea of at least how to start their day. You know, the more you're out there gathering for the materials you need to do any of your cooking, alchemy, processing, or any of your horse training and shit like that, like the more you're incentivized to go ahead and try to tap up your gear. And then the money cost on the central market will go ahead and incentivize you to try to craft up your gear. And then from crafting up your gear, you're gonna have to go out there and gather because you sat there and figured out the recipe, and then you're gonna, it just leads you down a whole deep rabbit hole. And as a new player, sometimes you kind of need to fall down a life skilling rabbit hole trying to figure out what you want to do with your own like gameplay. Sure, you asked before, but what's the best thing to cook to push for guru? Anything that you have like to eat, like, okay, so if you take things like the grilled bird meat or rice, your workers can gather all of the materials, so all you have to do is go to, say, the NPC, get the material, the little minor materials like your mineral waters and shit, and just cook it up. You can make the cooked rice. Boom. You don't have to worry about anything but your worker getting the rice and you buying your mineral water or the spring water, whichever one it requires. But you get the idea. Like, those are the two best ones that I personally like to go for because they are useful for everything. Like your golden seals for cooking, your experience for trying to push, the witch's delicacy, the Butte County gut baps. Those ones, however, like when you're making these, they won't have the bonus proc to give you more experience or higher money on it, but they are when you're making your self-made guru cook boxes, they will give you back the most value over here on NA. Yeah, no, I could not do that just because the value. But I do have an alt set up for milking to alleviate the cost, and then, you know, when you're out there doing your rice and your grilled bird meat, you can go ahead and convert the witch's delicacy into your milk and go ahead and, you know, do it like that. These do give a nice amount of procking. Like, why am I fucking slow as shit? There we go. There, 2.5k. That should give me enough for at least, I'm gonna say 200 of the cook boxes. Yeah, I couldn't maintain the eggs and the milk there to continue making my cookies. Like, I tried. Where is it? Man of Eternal Winter region. Where the fuck are these goddamn motherfucking cookies at? F bread. Cookies, cookies, cookies. Come on, you guys look fucking weird. How can I miss you? There you go. I think I only have the blue grade left. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying. You know, I couldn't maintain it. I cook enough for my workers. I cook enough for my workers, but I normally shy away from the get it shy, but I like to shy away from just cooking for the Imperials and all that. I'm not really that interested in it. Like, I know I'm killing myself on the money I can make and all that a day and all. I don't feel motivated enough to even care to bother. Everyone's different though, you know, everyone's different. Me personally, I just fuck that shit, I'm out. Actually, no, we'll take 1,000 just in case. And I need the powder for that. Bam. Imperial cuisine. Get those made up into boxes, and we will go ahead and do the turn-in. I don't have a lot of mastery, so I'm not really concerned by the min-maxing of it all. And because I think it's like 22. Oh, because of my buffs, I have the Seafood Crons meal, which reduces it by 0.6. I have an event one that reduces it by 1 second. The Vidir Draft, which reduces it by another second. The Perfume, I just have on, but the Ladle will go ahead and reduce it by another second. My Artifact Combination will go ahead and reduce it by another 2 seconds. My Canape close will go ahead and reduce it by another 2 seconds, and I think that's it. Oh, I didn't even have my mastery on. Go figure. But yeah, that's how you basically do your mastery cooking at 1 second. Oh, and not to mention, if you don't have the event buff, well, if I don't want to pop the event buff, I can just go ahead and pop my Sharp Alchemy Stone of Life, or I can just do the Khan's Heart, because it'll go ahead and reduce a whole nother 1.3 and 1.4 seconds. So if anything, we can go ahead and just throw that in there. I really don't need it. Yeah, like I said, that only reduces it by 1 second. So if I take that off and I proc my Khan's Heart, for example, that reduces it by a greater 1.3 second. Like, what to do to store at which city as a new player. Building this early will help me a lot. Oh yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and do my Imperial turn-ins, and I will show you real fast. Well, at least I'll give you a couple ideas. 220 on some. Why is my money so low? No, fuck it. Bonus quest. Processing. Okay, so if you guys are just starting out, you're trying to figure out all of your little storage solutions, like how to make your life a little easier for like crafting, cooking, alchemy, and all that. What I personally like to do is I like to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to be doing majority of everything. Now, back in the day before the storage was shared, where you placed your residence really mattered the most. So for cooking, setting up a house like over here in the northern wheat plantation, or even Calafion, had a huge amount of all of your little cooking materials there. So I set up my Calafion to go ahead and have all of my cooking ingredients there, so I didn't have to run too far from the storage. But now that the shared, you can basically put it in wherever. So I would take wherever you decide to go and do your main cooking at, take that capital and change it into the storage that you're gonna hold the resources in. Because I do all of my alchemy over here in Olivia. Olivia has everything alchemy related, you know, the elixirs, my little bloods, the saps and everything. You know, just alchemy related, and my workers are all transporting each material to whatever storage that is holding the material, so you don't have to worry about the extra clutter. The storage skill is unlocked on a stock, worker, so you don't have to worry about leveling it up to 40 anymore. So you can just get a worker and start transporting them. Over here at Trent, because there's so many trees around, and this used to be the go-to place to make all of your Calpheon crates or your value lumber crates. This is where I stored all of my wood-related products. Because I get sap and everything, you will have to transport the sap and little byproducts off, out to Olvia or wherever you're storing any of your alchemy materials. But for me, I keep all of my wood right here, got wood. Okay, moving on. Now, for me, because I like to play immersive, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did min-max a lot of my game. Even though I hate min-maxing and everything, I did back in the day. My Keplin is set up for all of my mining, and I have 3 workshops here to go ahead and, make up my minerals. So I have all of my ore that I can go ahead and start using. Every so often, I'll jump on my wizard to process down a huge stack, and then I'll have each workshop, like, I'll have this one going ahead and producing, say, the steel ingots. Then I'll have this one going ahead and producing the steel crate. And then this one will go ahead and produce the copper. Just something so that I can go ahead and have 3 crates being produced at all time. Now, certain places are a little different. So, because Heidel is pretty close to all of the materials to go ahead and make your costumes, like Lynch Ranch here, you have the flax that can be gathered over at Costa, Morietti, you have the flax here, you have cotton that can be gathered at Alto. I like to make my costume capital right here. So all of my leathers, all of my cloth, and my costume mill will be right here, so it can easily go ahead and start pumping things out without having to deal with me putting a lot of input. All I have to do is just put in the cotton. I can just put in the silk. I can just do all that. I'll have to put in the traces and the powder and everything, but for the most part, everything is just stored right there. Not to mention I forgot Melissa Brady is over here too. So and Laura. So I also have the things for the pet training and the usual little scorched fragments there. Let's see. Glish is a little weird because it's the tool capital. So I have my tool capital because I have the level 4 here. And workshop, my stables. Like I said, a lot of my game is completely whaled out, so a lot of the shit is going to be a little unobtainable if you guys don't have the extreme contribution points, because I didn't have to go ahead and I have workers that I have paid for, and I have storage and shit, so I don't have to worry about renting out the storage or renting out the logic. And I can go ahead and, as you can see, these are all my workers here at Glish. I have 6, and I only have the 1 lodging. But this is my tool capital. That's where I keep all of the resources needed for all of my tools. Because I do all of my training over here in Duvenkroon, because I went ahead and bought the stables out. Well, I bought at least 7 of the stables, and then I have the stable slot there. I have 14 that could be trained here. I like to keep all of my training materials or anything needed, like the training dailies will go ahead and go there. My mythical feathers, my little Garmoth blood boonstones or bloodstones or whatever the fuck, like I will keep all that there. Let's see, because I don't really do anything in Kama. I keep Kama like first over here at the Old Wisdom. This is where I keep all of my cool little drops, like my byproducts, my Quantarn Black Leaf, your little trophies, coins, byproducts, any other little drops that I'll be needing to go ahead and make this or that. You know, because like I told you guys, I do mob grinding. I just don't like to do mob grinding. I only mob grind when I need to. But I miss those days, Imperial Delivery. Let's see, and then over here in Grana, I'll keep all of the other drops, like my extra little infinite mana and health potions, because, you know, I got lucky enough to not need a lot of them, so they're just chilling there. Trying to think. Oh, all of my cooked all of my cooked dishes are over here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter region, because I used to have a house over here right over top of the storage, because it was a lot easier to do all of your imperial cooking, your alchemy, like just do it right there. So I had all of my cooked dishes all over here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter region. Now, I don't do anything for Adraxia, so I just chose to go ahead and... Oh, wait, no, that's a different group. But I don't really do anything in Adraxia, so I just chose to throw all of my extra furnitures that I already have in my houses and my manor. So they're just chilling there. I don't really need them. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're freaking amazing. Let's see, what else? Oh, we got Medea. Medea, I don't really do anything over here. So Altanova, I have storing all of my extra gear that I'm going to go ahead and tap up. It's all stored in one place to make it easier for me. Hold on. Yeah, for yesterday. Well, that's what happens when you don't want to work. Your boss is going to be mad when you're not working on your day off. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, because Tariff is close to the Stonetail Ranch where you do all of your horse tapping. Go ahead and I placed all of my horse tapping materials here. I used to have a fish workshop, so on the side I had my fish being crated up here in Tariff while also storing all of the materials. That's for your crafting and your horse tapping, because you can craft up your horse gear here in the ranch. Valencia, oh no, that's Velia. Well, Velia has more of my just like event drops, my enhancing needs, just everything, because you have like the material vendor that you can buy all of your logia and shit there. You have like majority of your events will happen here in Velia, so I just keep all of my event drops there. Or any other drops that, you know, I will have to use over there in Velia. I gotta think where else I have some things stored at. Oh yeah, Valencia. Valencia is just all of my gems and everything, because you can make up a lot of your Manus jewelry and things around here. Not to mention, I think it's this one right here. No, that one right there. The jeweler here, you can go ahead and make up your crescents and all that to go ahead and, you know, do whatever the fuck you need with that. So all of my gems, and I have a handicraft workshop here, which let's check to see if I can make anything. No, not anymore. But I have a handicraft workshop here to deal with all of my hunting needs. So that's taken care of. And obviously, the more storage you have in any of the areas, you know, the more things that you can store in said area. I hadn't been playing for 2 years now, and then you're playing with faces, but yeah, 5 characters at endgame level. What's endgame level? What do you consider endgame level? Because there is no technical, like, endgame level and shit. Is it worth... You can jump back in, whatever, man. It's always a good time to jump back in. We still have players, everything is still going. We have updates coming weekly, and... right now, we got another wave of quality of life for life skilling updates coming next week. Okay, so Encanto, because it's on the way to Hakoven, I like to keep a boat over here and an alt so that I can just take my little bartering goods out to Hakoven, come back, you know, maybe do this whole entire little line here and not have to worry about transporting or sailing out from Ilia Island. Ilia Island. Ilia Island has all of my bartering goods. You know, everything from base to the T5s. This is my bartering capital right here, the base of all of my operations. Aquala's Eye has all of my deep sea treasures and anything to help out with underwater gathering, like, you know, the costume little things. I managed to get every single one this time. Like, no longer am I sitting there having to Google and BDO codex this and shit. Oh man, I wish I can go ahead and no. I got every single underwater gathering item that you could possibly get in the game now. Made sure of it. Which, speaking of that, hold on. Let me go ahead and I think it's, I'll take it off of you. Or not you, where are you? Where's my pirate? Arg, matey. We'll go ahead and make this easier. Just in case anyone wants to go ahead and do any underwater gathering there. Now I have every single tier of the underwater gathering objects that we're given out. Wham, bam, thank you, motherfucking ma'am. All right, moving on. Let's see. Ilya did, Glish did, Kepler, yeah, already talked about. Shakatu has all of my PvP buffs and anything for PvP related. So as you can see, you know, all my loot scrolls, my skill training, my level training, you know, buffs, I do adore. I got all of my little sealed books of life, more books of combat, you know, more loot scrolls, and then things to go ahead and transfer around tunes if I ever just so happen to need it. Like I told you, I don't really do combat like that, and if I need a new piece of gear or whatever, I'll go ahead and just make it. That's all I really need to do, in which, speaking of that, I can go ahead and move those over there too. Last insignias. And that one. See if I can put it in there. Yeah, I should have room. Boom. Is there any themed like holiday or seasonal character events happening at all in BDO? Oh, they happen every year. Oh, they happen like every fucking season. If you look at the interior, do they have any of the cool ones? Yeah, see, look, we have Halloween events that normally go on. So there's decorations for that. See, normally we'll have spring events that'll go on, so they made furniture for that. Does anyone remember what the Marnie event is normally for? Halloween. Never mind. That's right. Marnie event is for Halloween again. But yeah, they normally have holidays for everything. Oh yeah, see, look, there goes Thanksgiving. I think no. Normally they'll have things for what is it called? Valentine's Day. But yeah, they have events that are going on, and you can get costumes and shit for it too if you look. So yeah, if you look right here, show you one of the holiday outfits. Yeah, see? And then you have, I think there was another Christmas one. Where did I put it? Right there. Yeah, I guess I need to put that on and make it the whole set. Cool. Yeah, so that's a Christmas one. Then you have the other Christmas one. So, I mean, I didn't say they looked the best, but there are some. But we're gonna go back to our cooking. Cringy as fuck. And then I'll have to put them into their own little gear bags, which, speaking of that, do I have enough loyalty for another gear bag? No, I don't. But I need another one of the... I need 2 more of those to go ahead and put those costumes in. I try to make sure that I have enough of these costume bags to fill all of my costumes so I don't run out of space, because that's all I have left. Like, I am maxed out. So I gotta go ahead and get all of these costumes in their own place now, finally. Alright, so now that we got our Imperial turn-in, let's go ahead, take a look at our alchemy. So for alchemy, same deal. If you guys are trying to do any of your buff items, it'll give you a chance to go out there and gather any of your items. So let's see. Let's take a look at worker time swiftness. So I need more Vidir draft. So let's see, worker time. We have worker time. Which one? And swiftness. I might have to make more swiftness, but that's where it's gonna get me. Oh, nope. I won't. So, you know, going out and getting the materials and everything together and just doing some basic little alchemy a day to either do the daily or whatever, just a little trying to get any of the elixirs to go ahead and do any crafting throughout the week. We'll go ahead and get yourself ready, which I have enough to go ahead and make my Vidir drafts. If not, I would be out there, you know, gathering. So let's go ahead and do this. Wait, no. That. Double check. I feel like I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I'm not missing any. Okay, cool. Random non-related video questions. Am I... No, to be honest with you, I just normally just cook. I stopped really posting up like my meals that I'll go ahead and make too. It's been a while. It's been a very, very long time. Like, by the time I get down, I start cooking and everything, I just want to go ahead and just get it done and over with. It's normally after a day of streaming and all that shit, so I'm like, just, ugh. Thanks for your storage explanations. How about Land of the Morning Light? Because it's really cheap to get some house storage over there. If you're looking at Land of the Morning Light, it all depends on what you're doing. So, for me, personally, because I was doing a lot of my little gathering here for the resources, and I have a tool workshop. I have the stuff to make soy sauce. You know, I bought a little bit of the storage, but I had to focus on the lodging. So you have to go and figure out, like, okay, what am I doing, and is it worth going ahead and getting the storage or the worker lodging? Like, I think I bought 2 worker lodging here, but I didn't bother with the storage. So I'm just worried. I'm just doing the normal storage and just switching out things like that. Yukjo is a little different because of all of the little royal goods that we can get, and then all of the materials that are going to be required for it. So I went ahead and I resorted to buying the storage because this wasn't going to be enough, renting it out. And for me, because I wanted to do I'm doing almost all of the nodes here. I needed to have Sorry, they need to be working. But I needed to have a lot of workers, so I went ahead, got the one here for the max, and I bought out the max worker lodging that you can from the Pearl Shop. Buckpo, I put in, I might have to put I did put in, I think 8 slots into Buckpo to get me started, because I originally was going to plan for Buckpo to be my trading capital, but then kind of Yuck Joe took over that. But now I'm going to go ahead and start converting this over to where all of my normal trade crates are going to go. So I'm going to have to either rent the storage here or buy them, but I'm not really doing anything in Buckpo, so I can go ahead and use the 1 contribution point for, you know, the storage here, storage there, and maybe if I want to do lodging to get more of the points. But I took all of the nodes that really mattered. I have the crystal over here. Yeah, just all the nodes that really matter, the ones that'll get you things, because the mainland has the nodes like pine. They have mainly bracken. There's like what, fir over here. Yeah, fir don't really need, but items like zinc, you can always go for zinc. Oh, huge update that's coming out. If you guys are over here in the Kepler region and you guys did anything like I did with your mining and all, there's going to be nodes coming out for more mining. I want to say the abandoned quarry gets 2 nodes here, 1 for mining and 1 for something else. Something else, one other place around here gets another little node update, but it's like around here somewhere. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Let me use the bathroom real fast. Watch me nay, watch me whip. All right, or just watch me sit there and do my alchemy. But I'll be right back, everyone. I'm gonna hit that. Alrighty now. I think that's a good amount of the Vidir drafts. I think we can spare the shaking and baking over here and move on to something else, shall we? Okay, that's our little resupply for our Vidir drafts. We'll go ahead and throw in all 40 of those. Now we need to go ahead and figure out a recipe for us to do for our alchemy, Imperial alchemy. So let's go ahead, and what I like to do is I like to load up BDolytics to figure out what recipe we're going to be doing for the day. So if you guys are not familiar, go ahead and get this up for you guys. All right, so for you guys that are, just starting out, I like to go to bdolytics.com. Over here in the alchemy, we'll just go click that, or no, we'll go into the Imperial alchemy. Sort it by self-made, and make sure your region is on NA. If you happen to choose like EU, MENA, any of these, like it'll go ahead and change the amounts that you'll make, the resource costs and everything, give you a false sense of profit, and or you'll think you're losing more when you're actually able to make more. Okay, so like I said, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and jump on Videolytics, sort it by whichever little level you are, like Guru, Master, Artisan. Thanks for a little more. Yeah, no problem. By the way, I connected Arahaza to Buckpo for trade crates. I have it. Yeah, I have Arahaza connected to Buckpo and all that just for the simple fact that I get the vanadium and the titanium from the volcano up north, and the palm from the node right before Arahaza, so I kind of have to have it connected. But it just plays out well with, having to do the Royal Workshop trading. All right, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and figure out a recipe. So we're gonna take a look at a few here. And take a look to see what we need. Oil of Tranquility. It's not too bad, but not too great. The Ancient Mushroom is what is going to really, really throw me off. So because I don't have Ancient Mushrooms and kind of gathering that will take all week, we're going to go ahead and look at a different recipe. I think we're going to try out Elixir of Sky. I don't need Tranquility. I don't need Pure Powder. Okay. Emperor Mushroom. So now that we have that, we'll go ahead and take a look at our resources, see what we have, and go from there. So we're going to need Emperor Mushrooms. We're going to try to do... Oh, we need 221 crates. So for this, we're going to need a total of 400 Oil of Tranquility. If you guys are out there doing your normal gathering, then you do your alchemy, making up the oils is going to be like another step to leveling up your alchemy, so you should have a good amount. If not, I recommend doing your tier 1 bloods, then going into the oils and so on and so forth, all that dumb shit. Let's see, 404 Oil of Tranquility, because we have that on hand. Get rid of that. I'm tired of looking at that. We need 2,420 Pure Powder. Yeah, make sure I'm reading that right. Emperor Mushrooms will need 403. Which these can... I'm pretty sure the Emperor Mushrooms can be bought from the NPC. If not, those can be gathered with workers on the Rua Tree Stub and the Glatani Cave over there near Keplin. So, 403. We'll need Bloody Tree Nut, which again, workers can go out and gather that, and or you can go out there and manually gather it yourself if you guys are running low on it. Trace of Nature, which can be gathered by workers, manually gathered, and or you can use the Mysterious Catalyst to go ahead and... Or not the Mysterious, the Golden Seals to exchange for the Imperial Trace box. There we go. So 1,613. We'll do 14. But if you guys are still needing the trace, like I said, your workers can go out and also get it from the little worker sacks. If you guys are using humans, they have a higher chance of getting it. Open that up. Go ahead and give us another 1 point something K. And we should be good to go. So let's go over here and get ready for our alchemy, because I have my artifact on a different tune because she normally does my alchemy. We'll take that and take that. Thank you. Throw those on. Throw those in. Fundamentally, I would love to have, one of all of my artifacts, a duplicate on all of my alts, but for those who still need it, I have them on there, like my pirate, my farmer. Get into our alchemy clothes and make sure we have everything good to go. Yeah, see, that's exactly why. Boom. Now we're good to go. Oh, our food. We don't need that gukbap. That's gonna weigh us down. We're gonna be making the Elixir of Sky. The 403 should be enough to make me 221 of the Imperials. But yeah, if you guys don't have the materials for it, you know, going out there and gathering it, just another fucking routine to go ahead and start out your day. But it's just, the best way is just to figure out what you want to do. You did sell Royal Workshop stuff and Arhaza and Velia junk crates to Buckpo for level. Yep. For your trading, so you can make more money with efficient stuff. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how you should be doing it. Royal Workshop is for straight money now, and the crates are at least until you have like higher trading level to go ahead and overshadow the, I guess, the value and shit. Like, if you can make more because of your trade level with the distance and everything applied, then, you know, until then, your crates are just trash. Just focus on your little tier ones. Let your workers gather the logs or the ores, throw them in the crates, or your little mushrooms and shit. Have them throw it in the crates and just ship them out. Don't worry about all the extra until something is done about the value, or yeah, just the value either of the materials or the crates itself. Like, just try to level up your trading as quickly as you can. At least you will make more with your fishing. I need a repair tool. Oh man, what tool am I using? Okay, we're using Land of the Morning Light tools. Because my workers are, well, normally my workers are crafting up more Land of the Morning Light tools. And then I keep all of my Supremes on backup just in case, you know, when I run out of these ones, I'll go ahead and switch off to the Supreme. Once I run out of the Supremes, I'll have more of these ones made up. So that'll give me incentive to go out and do the lumbering so I can get the logs needed to go ahead and craft up more of these. So that's another thing. That's another great routine to go ahead and get started with. If you guys are struggling on getting any of your cooking tools, any of your alchemy tools or anything, it doesn't matter if it's advanced or you're doing the Land of the Morning Light like me. They'll usually take around the same resources, like the same type, just higher. But as you can see, like, it'll take polished stone. Going out mining over there in Pilgrim's Haven will go ahead and take care of your rough stone. You can go ahead and polish that down. And going out lumbering, that'll take care of the wood that you're originally going out for, and you can get the logs on the side, so you can go ahead and chop that down. You got your standardized timber square. Your iron ore is already being taken care of out there in Pilgrim's Haven, and if you guys do a lot of hunting, boom, there goes your fire horn. So if you guys are planning it, it would be a great way to go ahead and set out a early morning routine. You can waste all of your energy out there at Pilgrims, and then waste another alt's energy out there at, like, say, Trent, or anywhere that has any type of lumbering that you really need to go ahead and take care of. And then, you know, you have your main or any hunting alt that's out there doing your hunting, get your fire horn, and boom, now you can go ahead and make your tools up for the week, and you don't have to worry about having to put in the pre-order or get lucky with an event or any of those other little drops and shit like that. So setting up, you know, getting up for the day and trying to make 25, 30 tools or whatever for the week, you know, is a great incentive to figure out what you're doing with your life, and you get the materials together to go ahead and do enhancing on the side. What's up, Prof? How you doing? We are just doing a little early, well, for me, not an early morning routine, but in terms of me actually playing the game, it's an early morning routine. But we did our farming, we've done our cooking, we've done our alchemy. Now we're getting the Imperial boxes ready to be turned in. Then from there, we're gonna go ahead and figure out what we're gonna be doing next throughout the day. I haven't gotten that far yet, but normally is when you would go ahead and you would do your Saily dailies, you do your bartering, and then you would go ahead and do something else that, you know, is a little bit more lax. Oh, hell yeah. I've been having a great weekend so far. I've been playing Expedition 33, which has been like really fucking phenomenal. I kind of forgot about it, or it got overlooked when the Oblivion remaster like came out, so I didn't really want to sit down and play it. I wanted to play more of the Oblivion, which I didn't even end up doing anyway, but you know, I decided to go ahead, put some time and effort into it, and I was like, oh my god, wow, that's gonna fucking take up all of my time. That's gonna fucking distract my ass. And there's one thing, you know, I get easily fucking distracted a lot. Not my fault, but it's just I get easily fucking distracted. What do you mean, why not play at stream? What you mean, Co? Let's see, what do we have? Okay, we're almost there. You want to play it so bad, but oh, you want to I don't know. I haven't really decided why I haven't played it on stream, to be honest with you. I just started playing it last night. Like literally, I just started playing it last night. I was gonna give it a try because I heard like it's like Elden Rings meets fucking Baldur's Gate on fucking steroids, or like a Final Fantasy on steroids and shit. And I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And wow, it is good. It is good. I am enjoying getting my ass handed to me, and my strongest player right now is a fucking teenager. Like, how's a little bitch over there whooping everyone's ass, and the grown-ass fucking dude who's about to, like, turn, like, 33 or whatever, and I suspect is gonna die, or I guess they're going to die. I don't know. I'm literally probably 20 minutes into this fucking game. I'm not even enough to really like spoil the story myself by like looking up anything, so I haven't bothered. But it's like, man, I'm enjoying it. I'm a believer. Come on, hurry up. We don't gotta. Oh, we're at 83, 81. Hopefully I can get a mass proc. I'm hoping. I'm not seeing the mass proc, and the snippets of dialogue that I've gotten spoiled makes the game great, interesting. It's French. It is all about the story. It's all about the lore, the environments, the gameplay. Like the control wise, if you're playing on cloud gaming, it kind of sucks. If you are like, I guess you have to install it. I had to install it in order to go ahead and play it with the controller without the control lag, but the story and everything, 10 out of 10. The gameplay, I'd give it an 8 because of the control lag, and unless you install the shit. No. But I've been enjoying it. Hey, no problem, miss, you know. You gotta get those drops. I might not have enough. I wasn't really paying attention, but just in case, I do have extra in the storage. So let's go ahead, make that up for the alchemy turn-ins, and we'll have that done for the day. We can go ahead and figure out a different routine. But yeah, this is just to give you guys an idea, not to sit there and hold your hand. You know, whichever animal or whichever activity that you want to do to go ahead and get to this point, that's up to you. I'm just showing you, like, hey, this is what you can do, and blah, blah, blah. What do we get? Processing again? I've been stalking them, just hoping I'd get something different, and still the same. That's our alchemy turn-ins. We can go ahead, take a look at our money that we've made so far. 500 mil. Not too shabby. Throw in any of the extra boxes, but like I said, I normally like to go ahead and spend like the Sunday getting all the materials together, like, or not the materials, but all of my medicine boxes, all of my cook boxes. I like to go ahead and get all of my worker feed. I like to get my pet feed, all of that put together, so I don't have to worry about it. I could just go ahead, come on, do what I need to do, feed my workers, feed my pets, do this, do that, and do whatever plan I had instead of having to focus on, you know, all this other shit. Just, you know, a couple ideas for you guys. You don't have to do any of these routines. It's just something that I personally like to do myself. So now, like I said, I have to do logging for the Scantling. Let me see if I have the Scantling for it, because I need to make up more of my cooking tools for the week, I think. Let's see. Nampo, I have 11 there, which I'm going to need more. And I'm going to need iron. So what I'll do is I'll switch off to my processing alt. We'll go ahead and start processing on him. Just remembered a question. Trade manager at Buckpo doesn't have MD conversion option. No, unfortunately, you're not going to have that option. The only thing that you can do is wear the training clothes as a costume. I think it is for the +5 or +3 or +2 or whatever. The clothes normally adds on +2 on the chances, and then when you have your amity up on the mainland trade managers, it'll go ahead and boost up their chances, I think up to 9. But Land of the Morning Light wasn't like that. You only have the chances from wearing your costume or just the silver embroidered. I can't remember which one. Check the tooltip, okay? But I think it's the one from the luxury vendor. And if, you know, you throw that on as a costume, it'll go ahead and apply, and I'm not sure if it'll go ahead and stack if you wear 2 luxury. Like, one as a costume, one not. Great. Now I got something to try. Or you can. If you have the costume already. Let's see. Let's find out real fast. If this will load. Oh, if this will load. Thought one of the dogs whined. And it's not the... Okay, it's not the weenie. So I don't know who was whining. And why I heard that. So it's probably Willoughby. Alright, iron, process down, more iron. No, we already have some iron. That's cool, that's cool. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, take the logs that we have in Trent, and we'll go ahead and try to do anything with that to at least give us what we need. Yeah, I haven't even finished my soul. To be honest with you, I had no desire. So now we are on my processing alt. Nothing too fancy with them, just 1700 mastery. We have basic little gear on him. Try craftsman. We have the 3 Flamoros, our pen Logia. We have the processing experience and the success rate, because I didn't get I think I'm gonna go for... Hold on, let me figure out. Which one's Cling Cling. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the success rate. So I'll go ahead and replace that one with another green one whenever I get it. And then, you know, my little Tet Menace processing stone. Like I said, nothing too extreme, just something to go ahead and get me started with. And I'm pretty sure I have my weight Oh no, I have mastery on, not my weight. It's not going to do anything, but at least I'll get to show you guys a little demonstration on my little routine throughout the week. Come on, chop it down. Once you chop that down... Oh, I can't. I keep forgetting I have that. I was training my strength. And I forgot that I had popped my marvelous chicken soup, so... Though I have the strength experience, you know, the ability to go ahead and run around with the trade crate on my back and all, I can't, you know, pop anything else unless it'll go ahead and remove it. Like if I had a marvelous ballot or a marvelous Elton meal, it'll go ahead and cancel it. But I don't want to do that. Do I even have one? Do you even cook, bro? Let's find out. Okay, assorted kimchi, pea snacks, nourishing soup, exquisite prawn, seafood, chicken soup, special Elton. No, I don't. I'd have to go ahead and get more of these oxidative crystals for the oak pill of Titan Time to go ahead and make the marvelous, and or just go ahead and buy the oak pill if I wanted to from the central market. But why would I want to go ahead and buy something when I can go ahead and do the dailies for, I think it's like 2 days, will go ahead and get me enough for one of the oxidative crystals. I mean, it's not the best, all right, not the greatest, but if you're not using them, you round robin the week, like say you get enough for your fishing, then you get enough for, like, say, your processing or your strength training. You can go ahead and have them on hand and not have to worry about it as you need to go use it. So I like to go ahead and spend some time doing the dailies and everything, so eventually I can go and get the amount needed. There, that'll be all of that. So once you have your... Oh, wait, I need the steel, or not steel, iron. Go ahead, throw that into Nampo, because Nampo is going to be storing... I have Nampo storing all of the materials to craft up the tools, but the tool workshop over in Bio, because of how I had my workers and everything, it was just... It's just kind of like that. And normally when I have all of my workers going over here in Bio, they'll be making the soy and everything, and I won't have any more workers left. So let's go ahead and Nampo, make sure, mass production, thrifty, tool speed. I'm gonna have to get rid of that lucky up there, and probably the mass production, but he's almost set up to go ahead and run from Nampo all the way out, and it'll only take me 30 minutes. Unless I use one right there from Nopse, but none of the guys in Nopse, I think, have the tool on there. Yep, he does. Right there. So technically I can if I put the materials into Nopse. So for Nopse, take you guys out of Nampo. Fuck out of here trying to tell me, oh, I can't hold that much. I'm too much of a weakling little bitch. Fucking wizard. Alright, Nopse. I'm gonna throw all of the materials into Nopse for our tools and have them making that throughout the week. We'll just have to do more of the lumbering to get the logs needed, which I'll probably go ahead and start doing that after I get all of this set up. I might log into my OneTune to get more of the materials together to have them at least making up more soy, even though I don't use it. I'll probably go ahead and try to see if I can sell more of it and get it done like that. But I want to get all of my workers and everything working. All right, so there you go. And that's how you go ahead and keep your tool workshop going. Normally, I would have more of the resources and shit there, but we'll just make sure you'll be the quickest. Apparently, okay. Boom. There. We have our tools being made, and we don't have to worry about having to rely on any extra drops or doing anything extra like with these or you know, once you run out and you have to wait a week, like don't worry. Forget about it. And then we'll go over to my shy because my shy has the most mastery, and I don't have an alt for any type of lumbering yet. And I want to stress that out. The alt that I was making yesterday or the day before yesterday, I decided I was going to make into my farmer. So she'll be out there at the farms tending to it, so I don't have to run back, and I can... It's not going to be the best, like the fastest, but at least I can still do something. What's up, Barbara? How you doing? How is it going? We have a fun day in Black Desert ahead of us. We've so far have been doing little routines, and I've been trying to show you guys how to go ahead and try to figure out what you're going to do for your day, like if you're just starting out or if you have been doing life skilling a little bit and you're still not exactly sure where to go from there. We did our farming because me personally, I like to go ahead and get my farm set up for the day. I like to then take care of all of my transporting, like if I'm moving any of my trade goods around. Then I like to go and get any of the recipes needed for resupplying, like my pet food, my worker feeds, my buff foods, the elixirs and things. Then I like to go do my Imperials. After the Imperials, we'll go ahead and, you know, I like to take a day out for the tool crafting. So what we're about to do is go out and start gathering the logs. I don't have an alt for lumbering, so we'll have to go out there and do it on our main, which is fine. I don't really mind. But I need the shit together for tool making, because I like to keep my alchemy tools and my cooking tools. Doing the adventure books at the moment. Good luck. Good luck. Those are definitely need to be done. Definitely need to be done. All right, we'll go. Damn it, motherfucker. Put that there. Put the blue grade in the storage to be sold off later, like a redheaded stepchild, and then throw the money in there. We made 500 mil. We're at 4.1 bill, which is kind of okay. Wrong button. Wrong button. I'm over here clicking random shit instead of the things I need. And our crop. At least make it a little easier on us. There, crop. We have our artifacts, life sounds, combinations, all that good shit. What did I do to have 600 energy? Okay, so if you open up your crystals, if you go out and buy the magic crystal of infinity energy, it'll go ahead and give you plus 10 energy with a max of 2 that can be used at a time for a max of plus 20% or 20 energy. Yeah, this is just my little gathering preset. Nothing too great. It gives me plus 20 energy, combat experience, which my gathering will go ahead and convert into combat, so it'll go ahead and get increased there. Weight limit, more mastery, and faster movement with the little ancient spirits crystal, which is a pay-to-win crystal. You'll have to buy one of the equipment tailoring coupons and break down one of your costumes in order to make the crystal. There's a whole like guide on how to make those, but they're not really anything special. Like once you have one, you're good. Not being sarcastic, but humoristic playing the game. Oh, fucking Amity. Ooh. Oh shit, salacious? That's a big catch. It's a real big catch. On a serious note, press H and try to feel all the knowledge. Oh yeah, in your little thing, try to fill up as much knowledge as you can. The more knowledge you get, the more item drop rate, the more energy that you get and shit like that. But yeah, the reason why I like went from 5 something to 611 is because I have the, or 591 to 611 is because I have the extra. Ah, nah, you good. At fucking 2 a.m. I wish. That makes me feel like a bad fisherman. And nothing that you do. Nothing that you do. It's just me personally. I feel like a bad fucking fisherman when I sit there 16 hours on my archer and only come back with one giant bitterling or whatever the fuck that one redfish that we had to catch for the NA tournament, and I only increased the weight by like 2 and did not put me anywhere in the ranking. My ranking is bad. Yeah, the giant bitterling. Like, look at that shit. I caught 58. Do you think my 58 is going to compete with any of that? Fuck no. But, you know. It is what it is. But yeah, no. Catching, actively catching a tripod, that's fucking crazy. Like, that makes me feel like I'm a bad fisherman. Like, I wish I could. And I thought I got great, or, I did good catching the ghost whale like 5 times. Nah. Catching these new prize fish, like, if you can catch one actively, no, you are a living legend. Yeah, this is the Northern Wheat Plantation. This is where I used to do all of my cooking because of all of the ingredients that are readily available. Like, you have all of this potato. You have the boar over here that can be killed. You have corn that can be gathered here, too. You have all those flowers for the warm tea or the milk teas and tea with fine scents. You know, you have paprika here. That's why I just built up everything for there. I even had my farm plots over here in Califion back in the day. Remember years ago when you were in uni, you would actively fish while on the second screen. Yeah, back when you could actually make money with your fishing. Back when harpoon fishing was the end game fishing. Back when you can catch a ghost whale for 200 mil, and that shit was the most money that anyone could make for like life skilling activities. Without really struggling, you know? You fucking kidding me? Seriously? Black Desert. Balkan Black Desert. That's bullshit. Always come prepared. Anyhow, like we were doing. Yeah, fucking static. Gotta love it. Oh god, not another bridge. I'm sorry for the karma gods that I fucking pissed off. Just please don't throw me the fuck under. Like, I don't know who I pissed off in the past lives and shit, but like, please stop throwing me under the bridge from on top of the bridge. I guess through the bridge. I could have had my wizard do this because he does have his basic little Trent camo, but I get more back from my shy. But this is the frustration that if you don't have any alts to go out and do any of your like really good gathering, you'll have to resort to doing this dumb shit. Let me check to see what main lumber I'll need. Pine, white cedar. Yeah, we're looking like we're gonna have to get pine. Yeah, the void welcomes you. Oh, please not again. It's because I don't follow the church of Justin Bieber. I'm not a believer. Answer that message. Like, of course, she's Big Boss. Like, what do you mean? Okay, answer that message. All right, moving on. We got gathering we need to do. And I can start here, but I'd rather go out to actual Trent because the storage will be right there, readily available. So when I don't have the storage maze to go ahead and dump shit in, I can easily run back. And now I'm a believer. Nah, it's not too late to say I'm sorry. It's a right prophecy. All right, now that we are here, let's just double check, make sure. All right. We're good to go. We need lumbering. Like I said, we're out here. We're going to be gathering the logs needed to make our cooking and or alchemy tools. Oh yeah, I'm glad you're able to catch me live, finally. What's up, eh? We are out here, we're doing some routines to help the new players get started or figure out what they're going to be doing with their lives. We did our farming, we did our cooking, we did our alchemy. Now I'm out here. Oh, we also got our tool workshop started. Now I'm out here gathering the logs needed to continue our tool workshop. Just trying to show you guys different little ways to go about getting any of your life skilling routines done, or trying to figure out like goals and things for you. No. I don't think they're going to be bringing back any of the active trading. When they said that they're going to look into trading and bringing it back, what they really meant was they were going to do the Royal Workshop. So technically, you still can do the wagon and Netflix. It's just there's really no point to putting anything in the wagon and transporting it now. At all. Which is rather unfortunate. But it's fine. It's fine. I have hope that they'll do something maybe kind of sort of in the future, possibly. Ghost mushrooms don't need. Yeah, around here, you can get lucky to find other resources if you're, like, really in the mood to go out and gather for them. Oh, hell yeah. Give me some rubies. Even though I don't need rubies. Alright, we can go ahead and gather for a little bit longer. Big rip. So process for crate since your trade is pretty high anyway. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was explaining to everyone, Vay. If your trade level is high enough to compensate the cost in the central market, you can get away with making the value crates because you'll 1k more. I'd rather take that 1k or profit over sitting there having to wait for weeks or months for the materials to go ahead and sell, you know, or it might be like a 10k profit. Like either way, as long as you can have the trade level to go ahead and compensate yourself for, and it's not that bad, or you know, there's just a very little profit, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Hump mushrooms. Do I need hump mushrooms? Let's check Olivia real fast. Ancient Emperor, Cloud, Fortune Teller. Ooh, I think I might. Yep, we'll go ahead and take them. Good, we got the Haifa. Yeah, my stats are not stats, but my levels are not that high. They're decent, but that's fine. That's fine. I just find enjoyment out of doing the little things in life, which is why I'm out here trying to go ahead and teach you guys little different routines, not something to break your game and shit like that, but like just to push you in the right direction. Shit. I can't remember where. Oh, I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna fail it. Oh, okay, cool. There, now we can start our hump mushroom production. Fuck yeah, it's always great to touch grass. Enjoy your day, Prof. Oh yeah, thanks, Faye. I appreciate it. I could not do this without you guys. If you guys are enjoying watching over there on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications so you know when I go live again or come out with any new videos. If you guys are watching me over there on Twitch, be sure to follow so you know when I go live again over on there too. Because I'm restreaming on both, so I don't exactly know where everyone all is. Unless I see the icon, you know, just in case, like, Twitch is down or YouTube goes down or whatever. There's still a platform. Alright, answer this message. Oof, okay, so... just got a message. They're going to be working on the internet in my area tomorrow night, so if I am not able to stream, just know that's the reason. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm not trying to ditch you guys. Like, I've been enjoying coming on streaming and all, but they're going to be working on the internet, so just a little heads up, everyone. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Oh, and don't be alarmed if I don't exactly hear the notifications or you don't feel like I'm ignoring you and all. I don't know why OBS is not playing the sound effect in my ear, even though I have the sound effect being monitored and shit like that. I'm gonna have to try to Google it out and maybe figure it out. So, is there trace nodes everywhere? Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. No, unfortunately, not everywhere. Majority of the places, yeah. They turned a lot of them into, like, trace place. So if you take a look, most of the excavation nodes have been turned into traces, as you can see there. And then they're going to be introducing at least, I think, 2 or 3 more trace nodes in Ulakita. Oh, 1 in Ulakita, 1 out there in Kaplan. So I think just 2. But they're trying to reduce the, I guess, the bottleneck from all the traces. I might not stream the ball. I mean, everyone and their mom does that. I'll probably be in the crowd watching said ball. I'll probably do the stream before, the stream after, like the day after or whatever. But everyone and their mom is going to be on their own little streams, yelling at their screen. You know, how everyone just yells at the game anymore instead of just enjoying themselves. Yeah, no, like I get it. I know people like to watch people scream and all. I just can't. I can't stream myself watching the ball, knowing the fact that I'm gonna be disappointed the whole entire fucking time. No one needs to see me. Oh, yep, they're bullshit liars. Yep, they're lying. Sure they will. You don't want to hear that the whole fucking time. Hell no. You'd rather have to sit there and, you know, tell yourself that than listen to a grown-ass man cry on the fucking internet like a little bitch about an update that they're not gonna do. Or the bad feeling or the PTSD that they already have with, like, a game company and shit. Like, you don't want to fucking hear that. I mean, I know a lot of the younger generation does and all, you know. You gotta scream at the camera, you gotta be the loudest in the room to get the most numbers and all. It's not me. I'm gonna be in the crowd. I'll be watching. I'll be shaking my head. I'll be crying to myself. I'll be sitting there wondering where the fuck did they go wrong, and I'm not gonna sit there and make it into a whole event and everything. Sorry. I do apologize for those who were wondering about it and all. But I know all the bigger creators are going to be, like, covering it. Yeah, like, I just know how I feel. Like, I know me as a player, you know, not a content creator, but me as a player, me as a viewer or anything. Like, if I'm watching something, I don't want to sit there and listen to the person bitch and complain the whole entire time when they're talking about the new and great updates that are coming later on in the future, maybe possibly sort of, if we remember about it and or can implement it. That's for afterwards. You know, that's for the predictions beforehand. Like, oh, okay, guys, how many of you guys feel like they're not going to mention anything about the active trading coming back, or the Ethereum trade boat, or any of the other updates that they mentioned, like the Blue Arena, or the Great Ocean Expedition Part 2, just to name a few. Just to name a few of the things that have never came after they mentioned it. But you see that? You see that? Do you want that shit the whole entire time? Fuck no. Yeah, they can't even get the normal boat sailing around to work, let alone the desyncing. And they wanted to do a blue battlefield. Really? That was the goal back in 2018? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention how many years it does take for them to remember about something. Oh, they never did. Huh. Best way to power level alchemy is to do your liquid reagent, your pure powder reagent. Once you hit, like, say, artisan, probably artisan 8, you can go ahead and switch off to making your sinner's blood, your legendary beast blood. The easiest ones that you can make up there, and then once you get up to a higher level, you know, you can go ahead and move on to, say, making your oils. Do your oils until master, or do your oils until, like, master 24 or whatever the fuck, and then switch off to actually making up whatever elixir for profit while, you know, trying to level up that way. Or you can just stick to just pure powder, pure liquid. All right. You enjoy your day, man. Yeah, it would be all desync, Olive. All fucking desync. I know this. Which is why they didn't even bother with it. Like, they sat there, considered it, looked at the tech that they had at the moment, and they were like, nope. Sorry, guys. We can't even fucking get this to figure out in our head, let alone, you know, trying to get it to figure out, like, how to get it to work on the server. Fuck that. And we haven't gotten it. Dwarf mushrooms. So I have dwarf mushrooms. Let's check. With how bad the mushrooms have been getting. Hell yeah, I am on Twitch at the same time. Don't you worry. Same name, same place. Well, I guess not same place. But same name. You don't have to worry. Here's my coffee. I'm trying to get back to the storage so I can at least put up all of my seeds and shit. What's the thing behind your shoulder that's lighting up? Oh, that's my little home assistant thing. I would say the name of it, but I don't want it activating. Normally the screen brightness is down so you can actually see it. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Normally. Kind of have to readjust it so that you guys can actually see that there's a display and shit back there. Hell yeah, welcome back, Art. Told you, not too hard to find me. I stick to lumbering over here in Trent solely for the fact that there are so many trees here, and then I can go ahead and have the workers going ahead and building up the pine little lumber crates and get rid of all the extra lumber while going for simply just the logs. Here's the attached to a wall. Yeah, oh yeah, not bad. Yeah, mine, I decided not to go ahead and throw it on any type of mounting. I just wanted to sit it anywhere I could. I have the big one up here, and then I have the smaller one downstairs in the kitchen, so I can look up any type of cooking recipe I need. Or call upstairs if I so happen to need to do that too. There. That's that. We have 1,170 logs so far. And we're probably only doing this for like, what, 20 minutes now? Oh my god, don't even get me started on that. I used to have PTSD from that. That's why I don't have my wizard out here. My wizard had to do all of that before mastery and shit was a thing, before the Great Expedition was even mentioned. I had to do that shit back when the stupid Treant camouflage was the best gathering gear that you had. Like, I quit when that was the only thing that you could buy. Like, that's when I was out here doing the log gathering, the only thing that you can buy was the fucking Treant camouflage. Good video a while ago. Oh, they've added so much to the game. I just like running around for the sheer exploration, the vibe of it, the immersion. Which is why I don't really care for min-maxing my worker empire, because, you know, setting up my little smelting operation over there in Kepler really makes me go out of the way, go into the world, explore, and, you know, just feel more connected to the game. Grinding energy as a new player, this shit sucks. Hell yeah, having to go around killing all the monsters and doing all the quests, interacting with all the people and shit. I completely agree. I don't need any ghost mushrooms. We're decent on that. There's a nice wave of life skill changes coming that I'm so excited for with the training. Yeah, I like to do casual play. I don't like to be sweaty with it. As you can see, we can still do a pretty decent amount of like numbers if you're just casually playing, but at the same time, just keep in mind, I'm at least halfway there to being a complete fucking life skilling whale. So a lot of my results and everything are pretty much paid for. But coming out and doing it casually, like, you know, I can still do a decent amount of money without really stressing. Because you knew it'd give you too much. Yeah, it does take a lot of your time. Trust me. Yeah, at least. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be one of those, like, stereotypical addicted to World of Warcraft, like back in the day when World of Warcraft was so popular, back when there was, you know, 14 million players back in the Wrath of the Lich King days that used to play. But like, I used to be really addicted, and I know how addicted this gets me. Like, it's bad. Wrath of the Golden Age. Yup. Best way to power level. Best way to power level is to make up your pure powder and pure liquid reagents first. Then you go ahead and move on to making your Sinner's Blood. You can make your Clown's Blood. Basically, your Clown's and Sinner's Blood are going to be like the easiest ones to make. And then you can move on to the harder ones. Then after you head up to like artisan, you can move on to say like or master. You can move on to your oils, like the oil of corruption, oil of tranquility, getting that shit done, because it will take a lot of the resources. It's a little expensive, but you kind of need them for the other alchemy. It's a great way to go ahead and power level like that. But if you are running into the situation of not having enough of the materials and shit, then stick to having to resort to the lower experience items like the pure powder and pure liquid. You can also sit there and just make up the elixirs and everything for your alchemy and all. The Imperial alchemy turn-ins. Yeah, let me load up exactly what's changing, because it's minor but huge at the same time, I guess, if that makes any sense. All right, Black Desert, or no, I need the Glab. Need the Glab updates. So, have you guys seen the global lab? Do you guys want me to go down the global glab real fast? Like, for those of you guys like that don't really know what update is coming and all. It's up to you. Haven't seen them? Alright. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. We'll get surfing soon. The Shy better get surfing. Can you imagine? Okay, so let's go ahead and get the updates. So, like I was telling you guys, we're getting new production nodes. We're getting them to Ulkita and Keplin. So, Narada Plains, whatever these ones are, because their translation sucks. Tungrad. That's 1, 2. Okay, so 2 trace areas that we get. More acacia wood. Yeah, that's why I decided to go ahead and just show you guys right now. But we get the acacia, wood and sap, monk's branch, more clear crystals if you got, or translucent crystals if you guys need them, blue crystals and iron ore, trace of nature. That's both in Tungrad. Let's see, what do we have here? Dark followers. We have black crystal ore if you guys need that, I guess, and some powder of darkness. I don't know. Do you guys think like these nodes being added will go ahead and, I guess, increase the incentivization to want to actually do the trade crates? Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like the black crystal or blue, even the transparents are even needed anymore. Hell yeah, thank you. You're fucking amazing. I should add more. I have to add my little Chewini. Yeah, these are the ones added to Ulukita. Not only are we getting more worker nodes, but we're also getting the task manager, the worker manager guy, to go ahead and hire the workers. We're also getting the, I guess, new housing and everything for said workers, or to go ahead and gather out here in the Ulukita. Then over here in Keplin, Marnie's lab is getting fur logs and spirit leaf. The farm, I don't even know if that's really pronounced right, is going to be getting pine and the sap. The abandoned mine, like I told you, is going to be getting zinc, earth, and copper with the clear crystal, which is great. Great because you always need more zinc for something. Always. And the earth is going to be pretty nice to go ahead and just stock up on it. Now, they're reducing the contribution needed for certain houses they're just reducing it down by 1. So if you take a look, you can see most of Grana has been reduced by significant amounts. Dragon, again, by significant amounts. And then most of the other places, like in Balinus, is just like little minor. Twos, Serendia. Just not every house, just the ones that made no sense on why they were like fucking 5 or 6 when the other areas were 1 or 2. Yeah, as you can see, those are those changes there. Yeah, the comma ones especially. The comma and dragon. If you take a look, these ones were fucking massive for no fucking reason. They didn't even have to connect. You could just rent the one, and it's like, really? Like, really? Yeah. 8 down from 10. I don't know what that notification was, but I'm gonna pretend like it was something important. Now, after that, we also get our AFK activities increased, like the price guarantee period extended from 24 hours to 48, then from 48 to the other one. Oh, okay. I knew it was something. It wasn't on my screen, it was in the game, so I knew it wasn't anything like really important to me, but it was something important for the game. So yeah, so if you take a look at Odalita, instead of being increased from 36 hours, it'll be increased from 60. But the Mountain of Eternal Winter region will remain the same because it had the longest amount with 72 hours. Next, we have, with farming, like I said, Seed of Abundance. Seed of Abundance is used to craft by processing magic, mysterious, and the crimson leaves. These will increase the cultivation time by approximately 24 hours and increase the number of items that can be obtained when harvesting them and improving them proportionally. So what I'm thinking is, instead of gathering like the max of 200 or say 300 from the higher mysterious ones or whatever the ones that we have to gather from, it'll be like 400, 500, 600 around there, at the expense of having to wait longer, which could be nice. There's another one. I have to find there we go, boarding. All right, now with boarding, the horses get a change. All right, we're getting another quality of life update with our horses. Now, instead of being able to go out and find a horse from like level 1 to 10, they're updating it from 1 to 20. Also, the wild horse capture, the generations have been increased from previously 6 to 7. Now we can have a chance of finding 6 to 8. The probability of the 7th generation wild horse has been increased significantly, so you'll have an easier chance at trying to find a T7 horse. Then on top of that, we also have rumors circulating that there's a small chance that we'll catch a rare male wild horse that'll sell for 5 times more, but will take 2.5 times longer to level up. Basically like the Imperial horse without the box. Then you have the female that can be found. You'll have a small chance of finding a female that has a chance of having a 4-way mating potential. Okay, so instead of having the 2 chances, it'll have 4, so it'll count as 2 female horses instead of the 1, which is still pretty good for, you know, anyone that's out there doing the horses. When using the remote retrieval function in the stable, the retrieval has been changed to the following rules. Up to 20 horses can be remotely retrieved regardless of actual free space in the stable. If the number exceeds 20 horses, the remote retrieval is not possible if the actual free space is insufficient. So basically what they're saying is you should be able to move up to 20 horses now, but you can't move more than 20 if there's not enough room in your stable. So those are just all of the changes coming in a nutshell. Just something, a brief little summary. We'll go over them again when they actually come out. But with the horses, basically what you're gonna do is, we did enough of the gathering. Let's go ahead and let's go, and I'll show you what and all you go and do for your horse training, okay? Because fortunately and luckily for you, I do have my horse trainer ready to go. in and move it all in there. So we have 1,781 logs that we can go ahead and chop down into the standardized timber squares for our tools, which my tool should be done already. Yep, there, boom. We have another tool made up. And that's just the process that you guys can go ahead and do if you guys are like trying to figure out how and all to go ahead and start your cooking alchemy or anything and don't have the tools. Now let's go for our training, because I like to go ahead and knock out our training at least once per day. Especially if you guys are trying to get your horse tapping materials. Any day now. Now keep in mind, my ult is not exactly the best geared. She's just a little stand-in for when I'm, I guess, when I have to step away from the computer for like an hour or two, but I don't want to really commit to AFK fishing. Like, I tend to keep AFK fishing when I'm going to bed, or I know I'm going to be gone for 8 to 16 hours. Like, I like to keep my training to little periods of time. Hell yeah, Vay. Hell yeah. I'm just going to show everyone normally what I like to do to go ahead and start our training. Waiting for this. We're just waiting. All right. So we are out here in our training capital. Now, to get started with training, I normally like to go ahead, head over here to Liana. Liana will normally have a training daily or training weekly that you can do. Since I've already done it, I don't have to worry about it. But our training here, it just has you capture a horse. There'll be 2 quests where you capture a horse that you can get. And give you training goods, a little experience, nothing extra. Then what you can go ahead and do is, a lot of you guys probably won't have a wagon just starting out. So I'll show you both ways. Harness, harness, harnessed. Cool. So if you guys have a wagon, it's as simple as horse training. You just level up your horse. That's it. That's how you horse train. Nothing more, nothing less. Just simply throwing your horses on a wagon will go ahead and level up as many as you can attach onto the wagon. But as your horses go ahead and tick up, you will start to earn more training experience. As you can see, we're at 1.11%. We're now at 1.12. Go ahead, let them level up again. Oh yeah, it will take ages. There's other ways that you can go about doing it. Like, for me, what I like to do, and what is going to come in more into play is, I personally just will go ahead, I'll sell all of the extra genders that I don't need. Like, if I have 4 males and I only have 2 females, the next males that I get, I'll go ahead and sell off the extra until I get the females, and then I'll go ahead and train up the 4 males, 4 females to go ahead, maybe 6 females, because they all have, like, you know, the males have 2 chances. Now they're gonna have females will have a chance of finding one with the 4 chances, so that'll save me room, and I'll just train them up to now level 30 for the training treasure and sell them off after I breed them up. But unfortunately, if you're going for the Lumitrace treasure item, you will have to train your horses and, you know, breed them up regardless. Like, if you're just trying to power level or not, like, if you're trying to go for it, you'll have to do it. There we go. Oh, who's that said I don't need sugar because it'll automatically go ahead and tame the horse as long as I jump on the fucking horse? Because everyone who fucking tells me that, take your bullshit lying asses elsewhere. Real time. That's why I bring sugar with me. Your fake ass is telling me, oh, you don't need to bring sugar with you. It'll automatically let you jump on the horse. You just have to get close enough to it and jump on. And I don't want to hear shit about, oh, it always works for me. RNG. Yeah. Oops. I fucked that up. That horse is gonna run. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Sugar. Jump on. That's another way to go ahead and power level. Once we go ahead and take it to the stable, they sped up how quickly your horse will travel behind you, so you don't have to worry about it taking fucking forever to go ahead and spawn up. And also, a nice quality of life update that they did was if you have no slots on your wagon, like none of the horses filled, you can go ahead and register it to the wagon and it'll fill the slot up. So I can run out with a empty wagon and come back with 4 automatically like tamed horses. I don't have to take them back to the stable. But for this, because most of you guys won't have it, I'll go ahead and I'll do this the hard way. Feel like you guys normally would. And to show you how quickly the horses now follow behind you. As you can see, you no longer have to wait. So if you jump on your horse, you head all the way out here to the stable manager, and it'll probably be like 2 seconds. Probably 3 at the most, opposed to the 10 to 20 that we normally had to wait. Fucker still follow me. And I know you guys can already see the difference with the horse traveling behind you compared to how it was originally. Yes, it does. As long as you register it. Yeah, it just takes you registering the horse. Doesn't matter if it's at the stable or not. Just the act of it registering and saying that, yes, this is my horse. Boom. Then it'll go ahead and be like, it'll count it. Let me just turn in our quest because I did fishing. I do fishing at night, so now I'll go ahead and take care of that. I did our taming. About everything that we could so far. And that's how you would go ahead and do your little training. Another thing, if you guys did want, what you could do is take your trainer out to, say, Old Wisdom here. And do the little daily for the mythical feather. If you guys are wanting to, like turning these in. Let's see, 250 or 125 fine for... Let's see, Duvenkroon. And 5 of those. All we gotta do is manufacture. So if you guys have it, manufacture, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why I say take your training alt out there is because while you're on the horses and you are traveling out there, you're leveling it up. You know, you can travel out there, get your daily done, and travel back. Boom. Now you've taken care of leveling up your horses for a little bit. You've taken care of doing your dailies there. And then you can go ahead and Why is this fucking not working?
맡길 물건이 있다면 말해줘. 책 읽는 시간은 방해하지 말고.
Not mastery, but hold on. I think it is mastery. It's the other way around. Yes. Your mastery will affect your horse capturing rate too. So if you have 3K mastery, you should be able to go ahead and bypass having to use the sugar. But the sugar is going to be needed if you have lower mastery. I mean, look at that. I have a plus 16.97% chance of capturing the horse without the sugar. Then, yeah, I don't have the other trainer clothes. Oh, I need to figure out why is this not working. Light, fine lightweight plume, fine thick fur, 25, 125, yeah. Oh, I need the feathers too.
흥미로운 이야기나 뜻깊은 지식이 있다면
I guess you should probably
대가로 받아주지.
read before you end up like me, but let's go ahead and hopefully get this done so I can show you guys what I mean by it. Yeah, fuck it. You guys already know. Going ahead and just doing that daily, getting it done, and getting your free little feather while still taking your horses out to train. And it's not that far, as you can see. That should be a nice little distance to go ahead and level up. Maybe once or twice, depending on your training level and your training mastery, the gear that you have on and all that dumb shit. Spent 20 bill enhancing stuff last night. Was like passing a stone, no pun intended. I've done that before. That's why I'm still broke. Exactly why I'm still broke. Let's see what time it is. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to start going, but I'm gonna get my processing started for the rest of the day. Yeah, just a couple of little ideas of how to get you guys' routine started for the day. You know, even if it's gonna go ahead and help you not with the routine, but just figure out like long-term goals, like with your tool workshops, getting your shit made up throughout the week, either getting the nodes together for the cooking materials, or hell, just getting your crate trading set up and everything. Like, hopefully this helps you. I'm still in the process of making my super little videos and everything. It's just with the timing and all and getting sidetracked, just I get distracted easily. All right, bear with me, but I'm live. I'm showing you guys right here. It's just not edited down to be easily digestible. That's the only difference. Yeah, I mean, I grind every so often when if there's like a really good event going on, or I'll need a treasure item. I don't just grind for the drops of the money or anything like that, because I don't get lucky. I don't have the drops dropping. I don't get the yellows. I don't get the cool 1.3 bill an hour, 700 mil for this, 700. I do 10% of what Garmy tells me I should be doing at higher than what I should be doing. You know, I can go out there, I can be doing, say, like, Polyforest or Proddy Cave, and it tells me I'll be doing this. I can come back with 10% less. Normally, whatever character I have doing whatever is going to be whatever's turning in the Imperial. So let me get this started. While I get that started, I will explain what I mean, or I'll show you an example. So 150, 1.5K. Go ahead and chop down those logs. I'll have to get more. But say, take my alchemist here. Right now, because I really don't care about the money I make with the alchemy or the cooking, because like pretty much shitty compared to what you can make just selling everything on the central market alone. I just will have her set up to go ahead and turn in her little bit that she can. It'll be like 180 mil. So it's like not great, but at the same time, it's not just her running out and getting like 900 mastery and calling it a day. Normally I keep my alts at 1.4 to 1.5, depending on the life skilling. Like with our Imperials, I like to keep it up higher. I'll get their accessories up higher once I can go ahead and tap them. I'm not gonna buy them, but like say preview. Okay, like my sailing. I don't really need to use the clothes. Personally, I'm going to be using the +4 sailor clothes instead to go ahead and power level, and use my shy that has the better gear to go ahead and actually do any sailing around if I possibly need it. Then with my normal little hunter, until I can get her clothes up, you know, just the Logia. I know for hunting you need manas. Fishing, I can get away with just bullshit fishing. I'm not really going to make money. I know. Fish at Velia Beach. I know. 1.7 bill. Crusty Dusty ass beach. Just copy and paste. I know. But I don't. My mining at Pilgrim's Haven until I can get his clothes up. He's just running around in Logia. You know, just something simple. Something simple. You know, I need cooking clothes, or I need cooking ingredients. Yep, there we go. What's up, Deb? How you doing? Grinding, farming. Grinding. Was grinding. Yeah, it's easy to make. It's not that bad, but not what I'm going for. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I want 2K minimum. I want 2K minimum because 3K is now the cap. If Logia puts you at half the cap for your alts before, I want to be half the cap of my main now. So I want that 2K. It'll take me a little bit longer, but I can get there. I'll get there. I know I can get there. It's just a matter of actually getting there. So as you can see, like, this is what I'm wearing. Nothing fancy. But once I get my name on my Prion, or I decide to go ahead and gamba with it, I will try my luck at getting another set of try manas to at least get the base Prion for my alts. You don't have to go extreme. You don't have to go and try your luck getting pen Prion. Just enough to get that plus 10%. What's the best clothes for trading? Best clothes for trading is your trader clothes. +5, silver embroidered. I'll show ya. It gives you like +400 weight. Plus, what is it, like +30, +40% trading experience for just wearing them. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, because we don't have we don't deal with mastery with farming or trading, so we get silver embroidered only. That's all we get until they decide to rework anything and or give us different clothing. Same shit, different day. Come on. Why don't you just get your best life accessories with your maid from your character? Because I don't feel like having to take the extra time to click off and move them out. I want to be able to just log in and go. Okay. Do you know? Okay, so take this for example. You're out there in Pilgrim's Haven. You know that you're going to fill up your inventory twice within 30 minutes. You know damn well you're going to need those however many maids you have. Say you only have 20 maids. You'll need those 20 maids to be able to go ahead and move all of the materials that is in your inventory into the place and still be ready enough to go ahead and move out the next batch of materials when your inventory gets full. Now, say, what happens when you move on, you transfer or have to transfer all of your items over to that character that you just switched off to, getting ready to do your Pilgrim's Haven with less weight than your main? What do you do then? Now you have 6 maids on cooldown, probably 8 maids on cooldown. You had 20. That'll only leave maybe a little bit less than half of the materials that can be transferred out of your bag. So now you're gonna have to either get on your mount or put all of the things in your mount and then go like or deal with that, or reduce your mastery or the experience that you can gain by having to throw on your weight equipment, or you see what I'm saying? Let's see. It's 150. 150, Deb. Hell yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, the best practice for your maids is to get as many maids as it'll take to move your whole entire weight. So if you're looking, hell yeah, thank you for the follow, Brad. If you're looking at your weight here, it takes 100 weight to, or a maid can move a total of 100 weight. So if you're looking here, you can see here I have 2.3k. I would need at least enough maids to go ahead and transfer to 2,300. So that's like what? 23 maids there? And that's just for your storage. You have to worry about the central market. Central market, you get a little bit of leeway with because they can move more objects. You know, they can move more weight with the central market. It's mainly the storage maids that you have to really consider. So if you happen to have more weight than this, say you decided to go a little bit crazy with your weight, okay? You were like, you know what? I'm feeling real pretty, and I want to go ahead and have so much fucking weight that it'll make your eyes bleed. So let's go ahead. 2.4k. It'll be in here. Okay, 2.7k. We already did that. Okay. $2.3. Wrong one. Then hold on. Just in case you guys, like I said, if you guys were really that crazy with your weight and shit, there's a way. I'm trying to find it. There's ways around this. Do I have all 5? 1. I don't know if I have all of these to go ahead and do what I'm trying to do. 2. No. Should. Yeah, I should. So we go ahead, throw... Oh no, not those on. Yeah, I guess I'll have more with the traders. Okay, but yeah. If you look at the weight, you'll have to compensate for your max weight. So if I can buff up to 3.5k, I should be expected to be able to move 3.5k with my maids every 30 minutes and or more. So that's something that you'll really have to take into consideration, which is why I just prefer to go ahead and not deal with it. I'd rather take the time. Oh, okay. I see what that is. Like, I know you guys told me what it was, but I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, these are my Radiant Fairies. I don't know what to do with them yet. I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and try to re-roll my fairy, or if I'm just gonna stock up on all my Radiants. The best tier fairy you can get. Yeah, that's just a basic rundown on, you know, just how to get started with your gathering, cooking, blah, 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 that you guys might need. If you guys are brand new, not understanding like where to get started with, you're getting a little confused, you just need a little guiding hand, or even just a goal to go ahead and set yourself up for later on in the week, you know, it's perfect. It'll go ahead, get you out being active while still getting all the things you need to go ahead and try your luck at tapping anything later on. But with all of that out of the way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start getting this ended off. I have to go ahead and start getting dinner cooked up and clean. Sorry it was such a short stream today. I will be on tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I will let you guys know, like, prior to me going live, what we're going to be doing, all of that good shit. So if you guys are watching me over there on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications so you know when I go live again. And so you guys can go ahead and keep up with my community tab. If you guys are watching me over there on Twitch, be sure to follow me so you guys know when I go live over there too. Huge shout out to all my channel members there over on YouTube. You guys are fucking amazing. And huge shout out to all of my subbies over on Twitch. You guys are fucking amazing. Huge shout out to everyone for coming. You guys are always fun to sit there and socialize with. Definitely come back again tomorrow. I'll probably figure out a new routine to go ahead and start our day off, and if I have enough time, we will actually do said routine step by step to go ahead and like simulate, you know, just another thing that you guys can go ahead and do to figure out what you're gonna do for the week and or in the long run. And keep an eye out for the update that's coming Thursday. Huge new changes coming for you AFK fishers out there in Velia Beach, and anyone that likes to actually go out and tame and train the horses and shit. I've been waiting. I want my wagon treasure, but I just, after trading 2 T9s in and not getting anything, it kind of discouraged me. But now that we have new horse changes coming, I'm going to jump back into it and I'm going to try my luck. So I hope you guys have had a great time. I wish you guys luck on any of your life skilling endeavors, any good enhancing and or any good mob grinding sessions that you guys have planned for yourself. If you guys do anything great, let me know tomorrow when I update you guys on anything that I did over the night in my little life skilling journey, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All that out of the way, everyone, keep gathering out there.